Hello my dear young minds, how are you all? Safe and secure at home, right? Welcome back to you all for online classes conducted by Viswasai Dr. SRK School. And dear students, in my last class I taught you how do we need to combine the two sentences with relative pronouns and also present participles. And as this is a revision for tomorrow's examination, online objective test 5, and I gave the syllabus these only relative pronouns and present participles. And let me recall once all the instructions. How do we need to combine the two sentences with the relative pronouns and also present participles? Well, let me explain you first how many relative pronouns are in English language. There are three relative pronouns in English language. Mainly they are who, which, that. And first and foremost, let me explain you how we need to combine the two sentences with who. How we need to combine the two sentences with who. And see, as I have given two sentences in examination, at end of the instruction if I gave the who, and the first and foremost thing to you is first identify where is the person in the first sentence. Identify the person and underline immediately. Underline immediately, because this who is always followed by the person name. Always followed by person name. Either it is in the naming mode or in the pronoun mode. Whatever it is, the first and foremost thing is try to identify where is the person in the first sentence, the first instruction. And second instruction, try to remove the pronoun in the second sentence. Remove the pronoun. Remove the pronoun in the second sentence. Either it is in the starting place, middle, or at end of the sentence. We need to remove the pronoun compulsory. Well, and right, and at last, please keep the full stop at end of the sentences, and not to keep any comma in the middle of the sentences, not necessary to use, and directly last full stop. Remember these three instructions if the instruction was given to you to combine the two sentences with who. See, and as there is a question, and remember if this is a question, I have given you four options A, B, C, D, and in these four options I have given all the four options which is very close to the answer. So that's why I kept it today as a revision class to remind you all the instructions, rules and regulations, how we need to combine the two sentences with these two topics. See and try to observe clearly what is the instruction. Either it is who, which, that, or any present participle. Based on the instruction, based on the rules and regulations, try to pick the correct answer and select the correct option. Well, yes, this is who. Who, if it is who, first foremost thing is identify the person, and that person immediately follows who. Second sentence starting or middle or end of the sentence, we need to remove the pronoun, and last instruction we need to keep the full stop at end of the sentences, not necessary to keep any comma and any conjunction in the middle of the sentences if the instruction was given to you to combine the sentence with who. That is the story. Yes, and let me explain you with the one examples of each. Well, one example. For example, Gopi is my best friend, full stop. He is a great dancer. He is a great dancer. So what was the instruction? Who. Gopi is my best friend, full stop. He is a great dancer, and we need to combine the two sentences with a relative pronoun which is called who. As according to the instruction, the first sentence is very important, my dear. First sentence is very important. Not necessary to look at second sentence. In the second sentence, the only thing is to you to identify only the pronoun and the full stop. In the first sentence, try to identify the person if the instruction was given who. If you need to combine with who, identify the person immediately, underline it, and after this person immediately we need to write who. We need to write who, and remove the pronoun in the second sentence starting along with the full stop. Not necessary to keep any comma in the middle, direct last full stop. So what might be the answer? Guess it. Gopi, who is my best friend, is a great dancer. Very simple, my dear. Hope you understand. But I gave the 4 options in a twisted manner and try to have a sinister look towards that and try to apt the correct answer very meticulously, and I hope you are going to get full marks out of marks and in English language based on these 2 topics. If you get full marks, and take a screenshot and send to my WhatsApp, I will send you the chocolates to you if you get full marks. Okay, now don't forget, my dears. Well, yes, so the answer is Gopi, who is my best friend, is a great answer. Very simple, my dear. So identification of the noun, and after that noun immediately we need to write who, and second sentence starting pronoun should be removed immediately. So hope you understand, right? And this is called relative pronoun, especially who, my dear, who. And let us conclude one more example. Yes, second example. The police caught the thief. The police caught the thief. He was trying to escape. We need to combine these 2 sentences with who. Let's have a look at the sentence. The police caught the thief, full stop. He was trying to escape. We need to combine these 2 sentences with who. As according to the instruction, try to identify where is the person. Where is the person? That too in the first sentence. Well, what is the first sentence? The police caught the thief. Here someone get a doubt. Sir, there are 2 persons in the sentence. Person number 1 and person number 2. If there are 2 sentences in the first sentence, if there are 2 nouns, 2 names in the first sentence, without having any confusion, without having any dilemma, without having any doubt, this second person immediately follows who, and try to remove the pronoun which is very close to that person. Not necessary to keep any comma in the middle, direct last full stop. Not necessary to keep any conjunction in the middle of the sentence like and, so, but, especially fanboys. Well, yes, so this might be the answer. If first person is there in the first sentence, only one person, that one person immediately follows who. If there are 2 persons, second person follows who. Well, and remaining as usual, my dear. Remove the pronoun, keep the full stop at end of the sentence. Well, the police caught the thief who was trying to escape. If you are not known where we need to keep who, either in the first sentence or second sentence, just go for second sentence. If the second sentence gives the idea about someone, we need to keep the who beside that. For example, he was trying to escape. Basically, who were trying to escape? Police or thief? Who are trying to escape? Police or thief? Police or thief? Are the police trying to escape? No. Are the thief trying to escape? Yes, he can. So go for like that. If you are not known to write where, who, so we need to depend on the second sentence. Second sentence immediately. If the second sentence was given some instruction about somebody, based on that person we need to write who. Well, and these are the 2 instructions, my dear. Who. If the instruction was given by me to combine the 2 sentences with who, go for like this. Well, go for like this. Yes. If there is a first person and that person immediately follows who. If there are 2 persons, second person follows who. Right? Well, and for example, and the teacher advised the student, full stop. The teacher advised the full stop, student, full stop, and he had failed in the exam. In the first sentence, 2 persons are there. Teacher is there, student is there. Without any doubt, second person follows who. The teacher advised the student who had failed in the exam. Who had failed in the exam? I met a stranger, full stop, he was from the north. I met a stranger, he was from the north. I met a stranger who was from the north. I is a one person, stranger is a one person. Stranger always follows who, because second person. Well, and this is the instruction for who. Hope you understand. I am going to request each and every one, don't lose any single mark in relative pronouns, which feels shame, my dears. Okay na, as it is very important topic, and I hope everybody is going to get out of marks in relative pronouns and present participles. Well, yes, let me teach you how we need to combine the two sentences with the which and that. Which and that. Okay na, which and that. Which and that. If the two sentences are given to combine the sentence with which or that, if the two sentences are instructed you to combine the two sentences with which or that, we need to identify in the first sentence either it is a place or thing or animal. Okay na, right? See, if the instruction was given to you to combine with the two sentences with either which or that, you should remember immediately places, things, animals. Well, for example, let's have a look of this example. The theater designed by, the theater was designed by Mr. Rao. The theater was designed by Mr. Rao. It was in the middle of the town. We need to combine the two sentences with which. Yes, the theater was designed by Mr. Rao. It was in the middle of the town. We need to combine these two sentences with which. And if we wanted to combine the sentences with which, we need to depend on the first sentence, which is called the theater. Well, the theater. As the theater is a thing or a place, this theater is always follows immediately which based on the instruction. We need to remove the pronoun which is very close to the person, which is called it. So the answer is, what is the main thing that we need to identify? First and foremost thing is try to identify the thing, and that thing immediately follows which or that based on the instruction. Second sentence, it should be removed immediately. If the instruction was given to you to combine the two sentences with either which or that, what is the thing we need to remove in the second sentence? What is the pronoun? It. Undoubtedly we need to remove the thing in the second sentence, because if it is a place, we need to call it. If it is a thing, we need to call it. If it is an animal, we need to call it in pronoun. So that's why we need to write it only. So what might be the answer? Can you guess it? The theater, immediately we need to write which. And as I have noticed, many children, they started answer with which theater, which gives a wrong sense. Which theater? Wrong. Okay na? So the theater immediately follows which. The theater which was designed by Mr. Rao, we need to remove the person, we need to remove the pronoun in the second sentence, and we need to combine the two sentences with full stop at the end of the sentence. Not necessary to keep any comma in the middle. We don't want to keep, we should not keep. Okay na? We must not keep. Remember, my dears, as it is very important. Okay na? If you replace these two sentences with comma, again two sentences. We need to combine the two sentences together in a single sentence. So that's why the theater which was designed by Mr. Rao was in the middle of the town. Well, yes, let's have a look into the second example. Second example, bring me the file, full stop, it is on the table. So what is the instruction? What is the instruction which? We need to combine these two sentences with which? Well, yes, bring me the file, full stop, it is on the table. So as the instruction was given to you to combine with which, we need to identify where is a place, thing, animal in the first sentence. Do you think bring is a person, thing, place, animal? No. Me? No. The file? Yes. As the file is a thing, this thing is immediately follows which, this thing is immediately follows which, bring me the file which, and what we need to remove in the second sentence? We need to remove the second sentence pronoun which is called it. This pronoun is very close to the file. This pronoun is very closely related to the person, so that's why it is called relative pronoun. Relative pronoun. This pronoun is very close to the thing which is called the file. We don't want to write two times together as it is single sentence, so we need to remove it and we need to combine the two sentences with full stop. So what might be the answer? Can you guess it, my dears? Bring me the file which is on the table. Very simple. Bring me the file which is on the table, last full stop. Don't use any comma in the middle. Don't use any conjunctions in the middle. Well, yes, I hope you are clear in relative pronouns. Let me give you one more example with that. One more example with that. One more example with that. Remember, my dear? This is the shop. It offers 50% discount. We need to combine the two sentences with that. Well, this is the shop, full stop. It offers 50% discount. What we need to combine with that? When the instruction was given, either which or that, we should remember immediately place, thing, animal. We need to identify where is the place, thing, animal in the first sentence. This is the shop. As the shop is a place or a thing, this thing or place, immediately we need to follow that. See, which, that, both are same, Nana. But if the instruction was given with you to combine with that, we need to write that only. If the instruction was given with to combine the two sentences with which only. Don't write if we gave that which, if we gave which that. Okay, na? Though they convey the same meaning, we don't want to write. So replace. We don't want to replace the two sentences as we like together. Okay, na? Right? So the answer is, this is the shop. It offers. This is the shop. It offers. Yes, we need to remove the pronoun it. This is the shop that offers 50% discount. Okay, na? That is removed. So it is removed. We need to combine the two sentences with that. End of the sentence, full stop, as usual. Well, yes, and this is the story of relative pronouns, which is very important for tomorrow's online objective test, which is going to conducted by us on Saturday. Okay, na? Well, I hope you understand, na? And let's get a revision of present participles. How we need to combine the two sentences with present participles. Okay, na? If you heard this word participle, you should remember immediately ing form, ing form, ing form, very important. Okay, na? Ing form. If the instruction was given to you to combine the two sentences with the participles, especially present participle, we need to remember immediately ing form, ing form, ing. Okay, na? You need to chant. Right, let's get into the one example. Raju practiced daily, full stop, he became an expert player. See the two sentences, Raju practiced daily, full stop, he became an expert player. We need to combine the two sentences with present participle. We must start our answer with ing form, but many get a doubt, sir which one we need to make it ing. So many get a doubt, sir which one we need to make it ing. Very important my dear, very easy to. And see, try to identify the first sentence. First sentence is important, either it is in the relative pronoun, either it is present participle. First sentence is very important, we need to depend on first sentence. So this is the first sentence, first one, second one. Well, in the first sentence, try to identify where is the main verb, where is the verb, where is the main verb. This is the subject, this is the main verb, this is the object. Okay na, what is the main verb here? Try to identify the main verb. Okay na, try to identify the main verb. What is the main verb? Practiced. If the instruction was given to you to combine with present participle, make that verb into ing form, which is called practicing. Though whatever the verb it is, either it is V1, either it is V3 or V2 or V3, whatever the verb that is in the form of V1, V2, V3, we must start our answer with ing. Practicing. Okay na, practicing daily up to the full stop or up to the end. Sometimes in this place there will be and. Okay na, identify carefully na. So practicing daily, here comma compulsory. If you forgot comma, you will go in coma without any doubt. So don't forget comma here. Okay na, so practicing daily comma, replace this pronoun into naming word which is called Raju. Okay na, practicing daily comma, Raju became an expert player. Last full stop nana, last full stop. Okay na, first ing is must, okay na, right. First ing is compulsory if the instruction was given to you to combine with two sentences with participle. Well, yes, practicing daily comma, Raju became an expert player. Okay na, well, so I have given you the four options. ABCD is very tough in the manner, right, very twisted manner. So identify each sentence carefully, how we need to combine the two sentences with present participle, choose the correct answer, try to get out of marks. Okay na, so in English especially, and the objective test of 5th, which is related to relative pronouns and the present participle. Okay na, with one example let me conclude this revision class for you. Well, and I hope you understand up to here. Let me conclude this revision class with one example, which is an easy example for you. Well, Ravi took off. Ravi took off his coat. Well, Ravi took off his coat, full stop. He jumped into the pool. We need to combine these two sentences with present participle, which is called ing form. Okay na, ing form. Well, so as you all know that, what is the subject, what is the verb, Okay, now what is the verb? Change the verb into ing form, which is called taking. Don't write tooking. Tooking. Ing is always added with v1. Okay na? Ing is always added with v1. So before going to write ing, try to change that verb into v1. If you write directly for the tooking, it might be wrong. So don't go like that. Convert that main verb into v1 and try to add ing for that. Otherwise your answer might be wrong. Okay na? So be careful, my dears. So what might be the answer? Not tooking, taking. So took into v1, take, add that ing for that. Okay na? So taking of his coat, comma compulsory. Okay na? Taking of his coat, comma compulsory. And replace this pronoun with a naming word which is called a Ravi. Ravi. Okay na? Taking of his coat, comma Ravi jumped into the pool. Well, so this is the answer. This is the right answer. Taking. Okay? Yes. And comma compulsory if it is a name, capital letter, direct last, full stop. Well, I hope you understand all this revision topic of relative pronouns and present participle. And if you listen this class eagerly and interestingly, and you will get out of marks. If you get out of marks, I'll send you chocolates. Take a screenshot and send to me WhatsApp group. I'll send you the chocolates. And up to that, wishing you all the best for tomorrow's objective test, Nana. And take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.